Welcome to Up to the Minute. It is Tuesday, May the 19th, the 19th of May, May the 19th. Brittany, hey, it's the 19th of May.
I didn't get that, Todd. What's the date
It's
again?
the 19th of May. It's a Tuesday, and it's the 19th of May. And we've got all your HCC news and information. Welcome to Up to the Minute, Brittany.
Hey, good morning, Todd. Good morning, everyone joining us on Facebook Live. We appreciate you being here with us this morning on May the 19th, Tuesday, May the 19th, in case you didn't get that. Be sure to go ahead and like our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. Also, head over to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be one of the first to find out the latest from HCC with all of our videos.
You know, Brittany, you know someone who has like one of the largest followings in social media?
I don't know.
Well, it's Taylor Swift. Yeah, it's Taylor Swift, but it has nothing to do with this next guy that we're going to introduce. Frank Cooper, one of our own, he has his own social media following of dozens. He's joining us now from his humble abode. Frank, thanks for being here on the show, and it is May the 19th today, Frank.
You know, to be mentioned the same breath as Taylor Swift is pretty flattering. Pretty flattering. Thank you guys for having me here today.
We're glad to have you here, Frank. Good to have you here. And he's coming to you live from Frank's Kitchen. We'll talk more about that later. It's a very famous place in certain parts of the Houston area. But we're also very excited about our next guest. First one up for today, Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui. Dr. Siddiqui, the president of HCC Central. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Todd. Good morning, Frank, Brittany. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me to this show.
We are so pleased to have you here. Dr. Siddiqui, it's been a while since we've seen you in person as we're working on, I think, now the 80th week or so that we've been working remotely. It feels like 80 weeks, but it's been quite some time. I want to ask you how things are going out at Central. And, you know, we've all, during the spring break, we switched to the online format. How big of an undertaking was it for you, your faculty, and your staff out there to get ready to go online really just over the spring break?
I would say, Todd, it is first time in my life, although I work in corporate sector, fast-paced manufacturing companies, but I can tell you this was a gigantic task, moving from face-to-face to online. And a lot of credit goes to faculty and staff who work day in, day out and made this happen, because the challenge was many students and for many faculty, this was the first time taking any online course. And so we had multiple challenges. The challenge of make sure every student have access to technology, so nobody is left behind, right? The other thing is how can we move contents from face-to-face delivery mode into online instruction? And the third challenge was it's a massive number of courses. It's not like 2, 3, 4, 5 courses. At Central College, we have 2 COEs, which is Center of Excellence Workforce Program. And some of the courses are very lab intensive. Lab intensive means they need face-to-face time in the lab so a student can learn about how to perform a job. And that was a big challenge for all of us. But again, let me repeat myself, our faculty members have done a wonderful job. They transform as much as learning contents online, including some lab contents. And we are looking forward in July for students to complete their remaining portion of lab for spring semester. So I would say that was a big, gigantic task. Todd.
What are your impressions now of the first few weeks online? We've been doing this now for several weeks, and how do you feel things are going right now?
I think I would say based on the surveys we conducted, we talked with faculty, we talked with the students, and we have a pretty active connection with our students through virtual lobby and other means of communication. Students are, of course, some students express their anxiety over moving 100% online, But I think it was pretty seamless. We did not receive many complaints from students, and one of the reasons was we were very closely in touch with our students. Faculty member contacted students, student services team contacted students, and the doors are open for communication. So I think first time it was difficult because it was new to all of us, going online at such a scale. But I believe in the fall semester and in the summer, it may not be so difficult as it was when we move from, certainly move around spring break online.
What's been the feedback you've been hearing from not just your faculty, but the students that you've reached out to as well?
So we are receiving a variety of feedback. So Todd, we serve a very diverse student population. You can classify our students based on their age group, based on their occupation, whether they are part-time or full-time. They have family responsibilities. Some have more than one jobs. So I give a lot of credit to my students who come to Houston Community College despite all these additional responsibilities at home, at work. So it was a big challenge for some students because they share space with their other family members. And you can imagine when everybody working from home, it might be a challenge. For example, challenge of privacy, challenge of connectivity, internet. Many students did not have the high-speed, superior quality internet. And so that was the kind of feedback we received. But HCC provided laptops and other technology resources to many students who requested for it. So I think we have, as an institution, we are very sensitive to the needs of our students, and we did our best within a very short span of time, limited transportation services or access to our buildings, help our students as much as we can. So the feedback from students is pretty composite.
Dr. Siddiqui, right now, a lot of our students have gone through many hardships. Some of them have lost their jobs. Some of them have had family members that have lost their jobs, and they're facing uncertain futures right now and trying to stay in school. Do you have a message for those students or any of your students who are going through these uncertain times like many of us?
I would say to my students, this is a challenging time for all of us, but keep in mind, we are all in this together. Houston Community College is at the forefront of addressing these challenges and change. We are here to help you. Please find out all possible information from our website, from our emails. There are multiple resources available to students. If you need any help in technology, let us know. If you have any hardship financially, let us know. We are here to serve you. That is the purpose of Houston Community College.
Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui, we really appreciate you taking the time and being here on the show. And I want to give a shout out to your faculty for getting online and moving forward in these difficult times. You guys have done an incredible job out there. And a special shout out to your student life coordinator, Carl Mays. He is doing a phenomenal job with keeping folks connected online.
I am very proud of my team at Central. Thank you, Todd.
Absolutely. As you should, sir. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us this morning.
My honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Siddiqui, president of HCC Central. We're going to move across town, coming to you live from Frank's Kitchen. Frank Cooper from HCCTV, our social media team, joined us live there. And Frank, welcome to the show. It's been a while since we've seen you on the show.
Yeah, man, it's been a good minute, but Brittany has filled in amicably, and she's been awesome, and yeah, you guys are doing a great job, man.
We appreciate it, but we want to get you back on here more often, Frank. I know you're busy out there shooting all these videos that you do, but we'd like to at least get a regular appearance out of Frank out there. And we want to talk to you about some of the things you've been doing. Of course, tell people what you normally do with keeping them up to date with social media. Then we're going to get to your videos.
Yeah, so I'm more like a social media coordinator, so I handle a lot of the platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram with the help of Justin and Brittany. And basically what we do is we just try to inform the not only the student body, but the HCC community what's going on through our campuses, with campus news, events, things of that nature. And from time to time, I'll throw in a little funny video here and there just to, lighten the mood a little bit.
Well, you did a video recently, and if you aren't aware, if you haven't seen it in social media, well, Frank is a huge NBA fan, and the NBA has been shut down now, Frank, for how long? A couple of months?
March 16th is when it shut down. That was the top 5 worst moments of my life, so I'm still recovering from that.
Top 5. So tell us what you did, because you had to get your feelings out there, and you were able to put them in a video.
Yeah, I had to capture the essence of heartbreak. All my breakups were in relationships. This rivaled that. So, I thought, as an NBA fan, okay, we'll be back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Right. And when it's serious when the governors of each state talking about shutdown. And so when that happened, I was just like, well, what am I going to watch? And I didn't realize how big of a fan I was until there was no sports. Like 80% of things that I watch on TV is sports or sports related. So I called George one day. I'm like, hey, George, man, I think I got an idea. And George was like, what's up? I was like, man, I think I want to do a video about missing basketball. He's like, you sure, man, with this climate? I'm like, yeah, I mean, we can make it lighthearted to where it's an escape for people to, for a minute and a half, 90 seconds, forget about the issues, what's going on in the world, and have a quick laugh. So all of it was improv. I didn't write anything down. We just kind of just did multiple takes until we thought it fit. So all that's improv. All that's just me speaking from the heart and about me missing basketball.
And I know you and Brittany are no strangers to doing crazy videos, or great, I should say. And our director who's online with us right now, Nathan Hale, you guys all put together some videos over the years that's some award-winning stuff, I mean, the Game of Tuition. Maybe you guys can enlighten us about that for folks who haven't seen Game of Tuition, because all those videos are online on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. During the height of Game of Thrones, we're all fans. Nathan, myself, Brittany, Justin, Andrew, we're all huge fans of the show. And so I came with an idea of trying to tie in HCC campus news with the remnants of like Game of Thrones. I was like, I think it'd be a good way to get campus news out there as far as what we got going on. I think the first video we did that was Game Tuition related was financial aid through Sade's office, and we did how to start out financial aid wise. We took a scene out of Game of Thrones and basically just rewrote the scene using Game of Thrones, the mannerisms and all of that stuff, but talking about financial aid news. It was pretty funny. It was a long video. Yeah, I think Nathan came and said, hey man, if we do this, let's try to keep it under 2 minutes. I think that video was about 6 minutes, so it was very, very long, but we got into it. I think all of us, what we have in common is the passion that we have for the show. So we just took that passion and tried to merge it with what's going on at HCC around all of our campuses.
And just about everybody on the team made an appearance in those videos. I know Brittany was in several of them. The one I liked that you guys did, Brittany, was I think it was the graduation ceremony. And I know you and Nathan was in that one and Frank was in that one. And then you show up and you're at the wrong graduation ceremony. You remember that?
That was pretty good. I think that was Brittany's idea. Brittany and Nathan's idea. I didn't. Yeah, they came with a great idea of taking a scene from Game of Thrones about the Night Watch, and we basically just instead of reading we was reading our vows, and then the camera pans to Brittany and Swoop being at the wrong ceremony. So that was very, very good. We've done, oh man, how many videos we've done? Maybe about 15, 20 videos now over the last few years. So and that's probably the highlight of our work days is be able to be goofy and have fun and create that camaraderie amongst the communication staff, all while giving out good content for the HCC public.
Brittany, do you take part in writing these videos too, or was that video actually your idea, the one that we were discussing?
You know, with that commencement one, I want to say it was probably just more of a collaboration effort amongst everyone who's involved. I mean, Nathan is our director extraordinaire, and he has this incredible vision, and he can composite these scenes with backgrounds that are from the show. And you know, we try to get a lot of people involved who normally aren't part of social media. One of our former colleagues, Justin Chan, who was kind of like an extra in some of our videos, Andrew Tai, Justin Boyd is also pivotal in our videos. He's in that same graduation video. But, you know, I want to say it's always a collaborative effort. You know, someone may just have an idea, and we just kind of feed off each other's, you know, vibe and oh, that, you know, let's do this. And we've come up with a lot of really fun videos, not just with Game of Tuition, but one of our very first videos was the French Fry Day.
Well, video. I was going to mention that. Yeah,
and that was fun. We had a couple of interns at the time who are former students of ours, got them involved, and it was just a really fun, silly, you know, not really HCC geared, but it was just like one of those fun national days to just put out a video and see what our audience thought, and it had a lot of really good feedback. And I think also one of my more favorite videos that we did recently, that we shot kind of like The Office style, because we're also huge fans of The Office, was Name Day, which was geared towards the publication, the very first published issue or book of Game of Thrones. And Frank over here has a persona when he becomes a character of Game of Thrones, and that is Frank Snow. And he was just going around talking about his name day, and like, you know, I was born in the Tower of Joy, and it's like, dude, you were born in Arlington. Like, that's just one of my favorite lines from that video. And, you know, again, it doesn't necessarily have to have an HCC tie to it. We just kind of, you know, have a brand, if you will, and we market that just for fun.
I believe that was Todd's debut in our video.
Was that the one where I kicked you out of my office?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, I remember very well the French Fry Day when you guys did it, because you released it on French Fry Day, and it started to go viral. And every few hours, Frank would pop his head in my office and go, 2,000 views. Hey, we're up to 2. I think you guys got like several thousand views for that video when all was said and done.
Like 11,000, 12,000 views.
Yeah. I mean, it went viral within the first day or so that it went out there, and that's really, you know, one of the things with our videos that we do for social media is to engage our students. You know, the Game of Thrones tie-in was incredible because we did tie it into the college, but a lot of times we want to do videos that are not only informative for the college but also engaging and a bit lighthearted, because you can have a tendency, especially at some jobs, just being a little too serious, and we like to lighten things up and at least give our students something to brighten their day or to loosen them up a bit.
Absolutely. And you know, it's the freedom that you give us too, Todd. Like, we couldn't do this if we didn't have a boss that was on board, you know. so you let a lot of this happen, and you know, it's a testament to you as well. You trusting us, putting out valued and good content out there.
Well, I'm always amazed because you guys always put out some incredible content. I'm like, oh boy, here's what they're up to now. I remember one time, it was the day before we were going off for Christmas break, and it was in December, maybe 4 years ago. And I walked into the studio, and there's Swoop laying out with a woman sitting on top of Swoop, acting like she's flying. And then you guys are standing around. And I did like, wait a second, I got to go live on Facebook with this. So I did a Facebook Live right then and there with everybody there. And, you know, I'm like, here we are. And it's the day before we go on vacation, but these guys are working. Here they go. You know,
okay.
You remember that?
Okay, that sounds really risque, the way that you like set that up.
Explain that, Brittany, please.
Swoop is flying, and then you had some lady sitting on top of Swoop who was like a queen or something riding a flying eagle. So there, I set it up for you better.
Thank you, because that sounded really questionable, and the fact that you let us do that, really, really questionable.
What you were doing, you had a green screen going, so I knew something was going on, right?
I don't think that made it better, Todd, but thanks. Anyway,
once again, it's the 19th of May. The 19th. Let's go back to that because that's the day that we lost the show to Frank and Brittany.
Or Ted Copples, Todd Copples, as we like to call him.
So, Frank, back to you before Brittany takes us off in wild directions here. What other videos do you have planned for us as we are gearing back up? You know, we don't know when we're going to get back in the buildings. It could be another couple of months. We're not sure yet, but we know sooner or later we will. But I know you're working on other ideas. What do you have next?
Well, the governor Abbott said yesterday that he will allow sports with no fans. So instantly when I saw that, I was like, I got to do a video about sports coming back. So it's going to be something really, really grand. It might involve me doing the moonwalk or me doing some backflips I might call Nathan to get to having CG me into a dragon and like just blowing like just basketball all over the place. But it's going to be something grand. I promise you that.
I got to talk to Nathan about that because that sounds like it takes up a week of his time doing that. I don't know. Just some CG with a dragon blowing basketballs out. Okay, yeah, that should take about an hour for Nathan. Okay. Well, that sounds good. What are your feelings towards that? We got sports coming back, but there are going to be no people in the stands. There was a race the other day, a NASCAR race. They're back. There was nobody in the stands. Mm-hmm. And we could be going into football season simply watching them on TV. What do you think about that, Frank?
Yeah, I think the number one thing we have to do is be responsible and try to protect everybody's well-being as far as their health. Last thing you want is another spike in COVID numbers. We're having too many people around at one time. Joe Buck, Fox commentator, he was on Colin last night talking about how they're already talking, if this goes forward, they're already talking about having like manufactured fan noise in the crowd, just so just so they can make it try to simulate it. I'm like, look, if you're gonna play sports, just do it without fans and just go like that. My fear is I don't want that to happen, and it comes up kind of cheesy watching the game. So but if the doctors and scientists, they all get together and they can agree that you're not putting the athletes at risk, and you're not putting the people who are involved at risk, because people don't realize a football game, you have like 300 to 400 people that's not fans involved, as far as training staff, medical people, coaching staff, players, so on and so forth. So if they can keep everybody safe and sound, and I'm all for it. But as much as I love sports, I value the safety of our people, more important.
Absolutely. Things are going to be different. When we do get back in those buildings, we've talked in our staff meeting, things are going to look different for all of us, not just at work, but really when you go out to eat, when you go to a mall, if you ever get a chance to go to a sporting game or go to the movie theaters, things are going to be incredibly different. And as long as people can be safe, I guess that's the new world we're living in. Frank Cooper, stick around to the rest of the show. Good to have you here. And we will be getting you on more often, Frank.
Let's do it.
So we'll get you on more often. Maybe, you can help Brittany out a bit. Brittany is at her home right now. And Brittany, this is a big week for us because we got graduation coming up Friday.
Yeah, just that little thing that seems to happen every semester to, show off the achievement of our students. Yes, it's a big deal. Of course it is. Yes, it's a huge event. It's one that we always look forward to every semester for our students, because as a former HCC student, I can totally relate to the excitement, the achievement that you all have achieved at this point. That was redundant. But, we're not celebrating in a traditional manner, which is unfortunate. However, HCC has created a virtual commencement ceremonies that will take place this Friday, May 22nd. We have our Vast Academy that will be taking place at 11 a.m. and our main commencement for our associate degrees and certificates ceremony that will be held at 2 p.m. You can watch live again on Friday, May 22nd by going to hccs.edu/graduation. Now, before we get there, I need everyone who's watching to help out with this little thing that we're doing on social media. We want to see your photos, your videos, your messages, either if you're congratulating someone or if you yourself are the graduate. We want to see it, but you have to use the hashtag HCCgrad2020. Other little detail, you need to make sure that your post is public so we can see it, because we have a special social media wall that's compiling all of those posts in one place. And again, you can go to hccs.edu/graduation. And we appreciate everyone who's already participated in this. You can go right now to that webpage and see your post all on that one wall.
And Brittany, we've got a spring 2020 virtual graduation party that's featuring DJ High C from 97.9 The Box, Friday, May 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. Wear your dancing shoes and be featured dancing for 1 minute to line dance songs you select. So I guess you're going to do all this online and you can dance and be featured. Is that kind of what, do you know any more about this?
Listen, you said it before to Dr. Siddiqui about student life at Central, and Carl Mays and his team do it big, okay? I mean, we've got a DJ from 97.9 The Box. You guys are in for a party, okay? So be sure to head over to the Facebook group page that's been created where this live event's going to take place. If you're interested in participating in being featured, you need to go and fill out the form in your email to reserve your spot to participate. The deadline is tomorrow, Wednesday, May 20th by 5 p.m. Once the form has been submitted, participants will receive the confirmation and the next step to for details. So it's going to be live. I mean, it's going to be lit. They do it big. They do it big.
They do it big out there at Central, and Carl Mays is an incredible talent, does some great stuff. I want to get to a webinar we have going on Wednesday, May the 20th, which is tomorrow. It happens at 11:30, and it involves Catherine Engel, the Executive Director of Talent Acquisition, Learning, and Development. It's after 4 weeks of working in a virtual world, talent engagement asks for your feedback, and it's now in this 1-hour session. Catherine Engel will review the results and some steps in moving forward. So check your emails to register for this very important webinar. Check your emails. Talent Engagement is holding it tomorrow, Brittany, at 11:30 a.m.
Yes, that is very true. And then also we have a virtual coffee break that's hosted by our very own Janet May, the Chief Human Resources Officer, with special guests, Mohammed Talas, who is the Interim Dean of Life and Natural Sciences, and also Joellen Saucier, Executive Director for Financial Aid. So if you haven't participated in the virtual coffee breaks, now's a good time to go head over there every morning. I believe it's every morning at 11 a.m. and just connect during the social distancing, bring a cup of coffee, and enjoy the guests that Janet May has prepared.
I know she's got 2 guests coming up, I think, June the 1st or so?
I think it's the 2nd.
Second, okay. Yeah, yeah. 2 special guests. Frank, you need to be there for that. Watch it. She's got 2 special guests. That's all we'll tell you. Yeah,
I will be.
One's Brittany. So
the other may be Todd. Who knows?
Maybe. So anyway.
Or Todd Copples. Who knows?
Was it Ted Todd Copples? What was it?
Ted Koppel.
I have no idea what Frank was trying to say.
No, Todd Koppel. What's his actual name? It was opposite of that.
I don't know if you were going with Fred Couples or Ted Koppel, so I don't know which way you were going with that.
I was trying to merge the two because it would have been one heck of a golfer / reporter.
Yeah, Fred Couples is what I was first thinking. Then somebody said Ted Koppel, so I will just go with it. We'll just run with it. That's what we do in the show anyway. So Memorial Day is approaching, Brittany. It's not that far away, and we're going to be off on Memorial Day. We want to remind you that the first ever graduation is virtual graduation taking place on Friday, May the 22nd. So we got a big weekend coming up. And as always, Frank and Brittany, students can register now for the fall.
That is absolutely correct. Down below this little bar here, you can see Summer and fall registration is open. Go to hccs.edu/now. If you also are interested in student resources, head over to hccs.edu/COVID-19 students. Lastly, one last announcement I want to make before we head off and sign off. COVID-19 testing is being held at our HCC Eastside campus from now until Friday. So if you are interested, head over to our Eastside campus from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. or until they hit capacity. It's free, completely free, no appointment needed. Go see about any testing needs that you may need to, just check out.
That's right, Brittany. Tomorrow on the show, we've got a very special guest. One of our trustees, Rhonda Skillern-Jones of District 2, will be here to talk with us. Also, it's Wednesdays, which means Wednesdays with HCC Police Chief Greg Cunningham. All that tomorrow on Up to the Minute. Frank, live from Frank's Kitchen. Thanks for being here, Frank.
No problem. It's my pleasure. I'm cooking turkey bacon right now and some cantaloupe. Well, I'm not cooking cantaloupe. That's my little side dish, but come on down anytime.
May the 19th. That's the day we lost the show. That was the day. Remember that. All right, Frank, thanks for being here. We look forward to seeing you again here real soon. Brittany, thank you. And thank you for joining us at home. One way or another, we'll be back tomorrow on May the 20th. We'll see you then at 10 a.m. Take care.